Hello bunnies, it is Miss Bunnie here, and this is episode 2 of the Royally Podcast. Today I'm with RifiAdventures. Say hi!
Hi!
And today we are not just talking about random things, we are talking more of YouTubers and also trading, of course, because that is a major part of Royal High. But we are talking about thumbnails that attracted viewers, editing software, how we like to edit, our music that we use, and a whole bunch of more. So stay tuned to learn all fun things that we do for videos. So, how are you doing, Rifi?
I am actually doing great, and the Val update just came out, and I'm actually really satisfied with the amount of diamonds I have left. I thought I'd end up with less than 100,000, but surprisingly, it's just so crazy that that this update was so huge, but I only had to spend 144k diamonds.
So, wait, the battle update? There was a battle update? I think I misheard something.
No, the Val update. The Valentine's update.
I was misheard. I was the battle update? So, yes, the Valentine's Day update, I was broke. Like most players right now, broke. But the set is really amazing with all the detailing, and I think it's made by Ready the Teddy, right?
Yeah, concept by Choco and made and modeled by Ready the Teddy. And I think it's amazing that they actually collaborated on it because Choco, once again, honestly, she's so amazing at all of this, drawing things. So the concept and everything. As well, I'm a huge Lolita fan, so this set really brung that Lolita style to it.
It's very, it's perfect. It's French, and I speak French, so mon chéri, petit particette, so if I say it in a French accent right there. But it's a very, very sweet, there's lots of Dear Dolly type of style, but I like how Royal High has grown into a more sophisticated style than from it was in the beginning. Just normal models, like a brick for a wall.
I definitely agree with that because I'm actually an original Royal High player. I have been here since the name was Winx High School for Fairies and Mermaids. So it's been a really long time. And I remember when I started, there was all these things, and they were really, really cool. But compared to Royal High now, you would never even be able to think that was actually Royal High. Even when I go into old Royal High games, and I tell my friends, hey, come join me, this is what old Royal High looks like, they never believe me. And I find it funny because I just think that Barbie and Lancelot and all these other developers are doing such a great job on the game.
They have grown so much since 2017, and so I have another account which is called unicorn_Beatrice, BEETR, whatever. Continuing on from that, I have been playing since 2017. Well, the original Royal High, which is not at the Winx Royal High School, but it was since the classic high school is out, and it doesn't. So obviously, it doesn't say that in my Miss Bunnie account. So it kind of sucks that I don't get to transfer badges and stuff like that because I was there for the 2017 Halloween and stuff like that. I think
same here. It was just so crazy, all the old events. Especially since I was there, and I'm a huge mermaid, fairy. I like mystical things. So when you think back into the old Royal High, that's not even compared to the Royal High now. And I think what the developer should do is make it so the tails come back, and it'll really make more people they don't even have to rework it. Just the tails coming back into the shop, all that would just make players really more interested into the Winx aspect of Royal High. And I liked how they tried to do that with the fluttering butterfly set. I guess Royal High players aren't really interested in all that fairy stuff, but
anymore,
I mean, it's understandable.
Because of the changes on all that, the Royal High players are more used to what we have now. And I find that the biggest event that happened, I think 2018, when the first Halo happened, it was so crazy. I think there was over 800,000 players, and that was gigantically crazy for Royal High because it was still a pretty small game.
Exactly.
It was pretty crazy.
Only had I think 1 million visits at the time, which for a Roblox game isn't a lot.
No, it isn't. Like, I have seen smaller games with, like, small developers that have 4 million visits. To be really big, you need 1 billion visit, because that's all the games that I play have 4 billion visits, and I don't do that purposefully. It's just how Roblox works. Like, they give you the games that have more visits, so you like them more.
Exactly. I think Royal High is doing a great job right now with everything, and they're just bringing so many amazing people into the Royal High developer community, and it's just honestly, it's become such a big game, and it's just honestly become like so amazing.
And it's
And
so
I
good.
just think like the developers are doing just a great job.
I know, right? And the community is so diverse. They have integrated so many cultures, and I find it quite strange that some people are mad about them adding those cultures. Do you have any thoughts about that?
So I'm a person who really supports other cultures. Like, as long as you're a kind person, I support you. But
Exactly.
it's just, honestly, I know people will hate on the developers sometimes for trying to bring other cultures into the game, but I don't like really when people disrespect it, but of course it's their opinion.
Of course.
But in my opinion, I just think that it's amazing that they're trying to bring other cultures into the game. Like Lunar New Year, not a lot of games decide to celebrate that because it's only for like some types of peoples. But I think Royal High really emphasized that Lunar New Year because I find that Royal High, they always try their best to include everyone. Like I noticed in the New Year's event in 2020, there was a lot of stuff. Like if you clicked on like the little ball drop thing with your time zone, there were so many time zones, and I thought that was so thoughtful of them for not just putting like one time zone there, like Barbie's time zone,
which is Pacific Standard Time. I think it is. Yes, that is her time zone. Like
I'm EST and other people are other thing. But even though Arby is PST, she decided to put all the time zones in the game, which I'm sure was a ton of scripting and work, so I really respect that. As well. I love like the aspects, because like if you walk around the map, like the new Dominia, there is a ton of people who are different skin tones, and I just think it's like amazing that they're just including all of this.
I know, and so at the point where, what are your thoughts about all the, like, I am personally pro this, because it's amazing that a whole bunch of more, I find that a lot more boys are joining the Royal High community since Ready the Teddy has been making boy versions of the set. It's incredible how because before that, they never thought of adding stuff because it is quote-unquote a girl game, because most of the time it's girls and servers, but they've been adding a lot more boy like types of sets, and it has been attracting a lot more attention from the boys.
So something actually was happening recently. It's sort of died down, but basically before the new set came out, like the Mon Chéri set, basically what happened is people were thinking that the boy sets were the reason like that the set isn't out yet, because even though Reddy had completed the boys version of the Mon Chéri set, people were blaming boy sets for it, and I actually made a video on that. But people were blaming the boy sets, which I don't think is fair, because boys are people too, and they deserve to have stuff. Because Royal High, I agree that I think it's amazing that they're adding all this boy stuff into the game, so they can like attract more people to their game. Because I know a lot of people, like in Adopt Me and other games, they have boys and girls playing, and I think that Royal High, being a girls only game, will definitely get it less attention than if it was for both genders, or really or really any gender, really, because in the comments of that video I made, people were saying how it was unfair to people part of the LGBTQ plus community, how people were hating on it. And I totally agree, because of course people in the LGBTQ plus community will like to wear boy sets sometimes.
Exactly. And I'm assuming this, like, most of the hate comes from Twitter because I am addicted to Twitter and I hate that part of myself. But I can't. So, talking about Twitter. Hey there, just interrupt the podcast. My merch is now on sale for $6.99. It's free shipping. You will get a handwritten note from me. And I am sending out all the orders that I get today, and all the orders that I got a week ago, today, and they are selling out, so please go get yours now before they are all sold out. I do have so many friends that did buy them, so make sure to go get yours now. Let's go back to the podcast. They're on sale, $6.99 USD. Go, 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 go. There was 2 hashtags that made it to trending on Twitter of Barbie Wake Up and We Love You Devs, which is quite crazy that I was going to say a small community, but literally it's a gigantic community that plays it, got such a hashtag on such a huge app to be trending, I find.
I think that the Wake Up Barbie and the We Love You Royal High Devs tags, I know both of them were trending. I believe the Royal High, the Wake Up Barbie thing was trending a bit more because there was like a ton of viral videos on YouTube, some with over 1 million views, just with the Wake Up Barbie hashtag memes. So I know it was mostly just memes, but also things that happened where people were actually saying Wake Up Barbie and using it in offensive ways, like, come on, the update. And I found they were kind of being a bit pushy, but I actually loved the We Love You Royal High Devs tag because I know the devs, they work so hard every day just to make sure everything's perfect, and we in the Royal High community get stuff. And I feel like we don't even deserve the developers and their work, because this community is really toxic, and we haven't been fixing that lately. And the developers work so hard every day just to make it so we get updates that we want.
I know. It's when specific updates are coming out, like when already people are, even me, are thinking about the Easter update, even though the Valentine's Day update just came out, and I'm excited for it because they're gonna get even better during the time for Easter or St. Patrick's Day. I'm not sure which one comes first. Probably St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, St. Patrick's Day. But I can't wait for that update because I know how good they're going to be at that point. But people that think when that update comes out, like 2 weeks before the update, like, I need that update to be out, I need the new set. You can wait another 2 weeks. Like, you can wait. It's not your whole entire life.
The thing people are really upset about now is actually the new school, and the devs have been holding it off forever, but I get why. It's like there's so much scripting that has to be done, and it's honestly just so crazy.
And they also do all the seasonal updates, which take a lot of work. That's why they have hired so many new devs. They hired Jam Jam in around September. They have Bianchi now, they have Dino, they have Heart, that are all working on the seasonal updates such as Teddy and Beism. That's why Barbie is more focusing on the school but also controls the seasonal updates, so it's a lot for one person to handle such a huge game with so much pressure.
I definitely agree with that. The Royal High developers, like especially Barbie, they work so hard every day just to make it so Royal High is one of those games that people call detailed and amazing. And honestly, it's just, I feel like we don't even deserve what the developers are doing for us right now.
No, we don't. And it's crazy that how people can take this game and make it into a career, which I'm hoping to do that because I love playing it, and it's so fun to make videos, share the passion, and showing tricks on how to gain diamonds so your fans can do the same and maybe continue on making their own YouTube channel, following like the bit of a dynasty of YouTube.
I definitely agree with that, and I think the Royal High YouTube community is one of the most underrated but also
overrated,
hated parts of the community.
It's like overrated and underrated and hated at the same time. It's incredible how that can be.
Exactly. As well, the Royal High YouTube community has been getting a bit more attention lately, only because Jam Jam Jew did make a tweet. I made actually a video on that.
Yes.
It's about Jam Jam Jew and stuff.
It's pretty crazy.
Honestly, in Royal High, there's a lot of YouTubers with like most YouTubers are under 1,000 subscribers that are in the Royal High community.
And you have to really scratch the surface to be popular. Like, you have to be out of the box, which kind of sucks because, like, you like this trend, and when you follow it, you get, like, not undermined, because that is, like, a weird way to say it, but, like, you get overmined by all the famous YouTubers like Leah Ash or Royal Dior doing it, and I love both of those YouTubers, but when you're a small YouTuber, it's kind of hard to crack the surface and be original and get yourself out there.
Especially when other YouTubers are making all of these videos and you're getting tons of views. The thing is, usually videos that are more original will get more views. But the thing is, a lot of YouTubers that have original ideas don't have good thumbnails.
Yes, and that will get you even less views. So if you look at my past thumbnails, they absolutely suck. I didn't even have thumbnails because I didn't have my YouTube verified, not the check mark, but like verified that I could make thumbnails, go live and stuff. So I couldn't even make a thumbnail for about a month, and then I figured it out. They sucked, and now I'm actually quite good at them, which I'm pretty proud of myself for that. How do you make your thumbnails, Rifi?
So I don't want to share my huge secret on it. I do use a lot of different types of fonts from different apps. I find a lot of fonts, like I find all my fonts off defont.com. All these fonts that are here I usually suggest doing big bold fonts, and something that I notice attracts a ton of people is the color red. I don't know why. People like the color red.
It's like McDonald's. Like, people love McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's the best example I can give. McDonald's. Like, most people like McDonald's, and it attracts you because it's red.
Exactly. And when people look at my thumbnails, like, for a while now...
They click it.
For a while now, I have been doing red things on my thumbnails. And if you actually scroll down a little bit, when I didn't put red stuff in my thumbnails, they were getting less clicks than my videos now.
I suggest putting hearts if your character is not red, or your background isn't red, or your text isn't red. Put hearts. It makes your thumbnail more whimsical, and it's red, so it's the easiest way to get red in there. So that's my way of putting red.
If you look at some of my older videos, like scrolling down to about 2 to 3 months ago, you can see a lot of my thumbnails were multicolored, which didn't make them stand out as much as they do now from backgrounds and stuff. It really made it blend in with the background, and it was pretty hard to see. I only had about 2 videos that got over 1K views at the time because of this, and I have been doing all this stuff for so long. It's just those thumbnails I made really didn't stand out or make anything pop. Mm-hmm. But if you scroll up a bit more, you can actually see what I started doing is I started putting borders. So if you think your thumbnail looks empty, you should probably put a border, because borders, they take up a lot of space as well. They're really interesting.
Yes.
If you look at some of my newer thumbnails, you can see there is borders, and it takes up space and it makes it look neat. As well, things I also recommend, if you are trying to make things pop, I suggest using purple, yellow, or green.
Mm-hmm. Those are very popular colors. I use actually Canva and Photoshop, so I take a picture of my avatar, so it's not that big of a secret. Like, Canva is free to use for everyone, of course. So you pick the YouTube thumbnail, and you take a picture of your avatar, and you crop out all of the background at the photo booth or anything of the sort. And I suggest also using Muggalo faces. They have tons of expressions, and it attracts people when you have expression on your avatar. And if you have done a face reveal, I also suggest doing your face on it. But I have a face reveal, of course, but I don't put my face on it because my avatars are a whole lot cuter than me. So That's what I do personally. And big bold text with putting images in circles, squares with white boundary thingies. It just adds more dimension to your...
I definitely agree with that as well. When a lot of people ask me, what do you do when making thumbnails? Like, how, like, do you do it on mobile? Do you do it on a computer? How do you do it?
Computer.
So I actually do mine on mobile.
Really?
A lot of people say do it on computer. It's much better.
That's what I do. Yeah.
But I find it actually easier to position things on mobile because I find mouses sometimes they can be really unsteady and it's really hard to position things properly. But when you're on iPad, or like mobile in general, I find it easier. So the thing is, a lot of people say if you go on computer and make videos on computer, do not use mobile for thumbnails. But I find it easier to like position and do a ton of things on mobile.
It really
and
depends.
It's way more easier, at least in my opinion. As well, I feel like there is more freedom to apps on mobile.
Yeah, of course, like on computer I only have like, I can use Canva of course, but like my friend Kimmy, she uses like Firefox, or I'm not sure what she uses really, but like she uses one of these apps that's so cool. And I hate to say this, but I'm terrified of mobile thumbnails. I'm terrified of doing them. I'm sorry, but I'm terrified of doing that. I just hit my neck.
An app that really helps me a lot is Procreate. That's one of the things I use for my thumbnails. I find Procreate, you can really make things pop a ton more, and it's really helpful. You actually don't have access to that app on computer.
Yeah,
so
very true.
On mobile, it's really helpful. Something that I feel that definitely makes your character pop is putting like edits on it.
Yes.
A lot of people click your videos because of your character.
Yes.
And I know that's not really the way things are supposed to work, but they work that way.
That's how the human brain works. They like cute stuff. They like stuff that are aesthetic. That's why you have to use, well, this is why I use the same outfit for every person with a different face or a different motion. Because my thumbnails, when you want to be looking like a professional YouTuber, you want your thumbnails to look almost the same, but so you have a consistency. When they see that they see a thumbnail, they're like, oh yeah, that's Ms. Bunnie's thumbnail. I'm gonna click it because I like that specific YouTuber.
As well, a lot of people, I think it's fine to have different avatars as long as they have one main aspect to them that makes you know it's them.
Yes.
Like, for example, Royal Dior, she uses the same face.
She uses the same face.
And same hair color.
Same bow.
She usually uses pink.
She uses pink, yes. So this is a very controversial thought of mine. I feel like pink is overused. Even if I use it, I feel like I'm overusing the color pink. Like, everybody overuses the color pink. I'm like, you have to be original, please. No, don't pick pink. Oh, you chose pink. Okay. That's a very controversial thought of mine.
The thing people worry about the most in YouTube is being original.
Yes, of course.
So I agree, being original is a huge aspect of being a YouTuber, making sure your content is original. But I think using the color pink is fine. It's just a color. Yeah. Yes, I do know that, yes, the color pink, a lot of people use it, but that doesn't mean you can't use the color pink.
Yeah, so...
Now, of course, making your OC green or anything like that, yeah, that's really original, but that's not what you should be worrying about in YouTube being original.
No, you should worry about the editing and all those things. So what I meant by, like, pink, of course I meant what I said, yes. But, so I don't mind people using pink, but when I see, like, so many YouTubers that use the color pink but copy another famous YouTuber that uses pink, like copies their videos, copies their avatar, that's what annoys me. It's not specifically the color pink that I'm like looking at like, oh my god, you use the color pink, I don't like you right now. That's not what I mean by it. I mean that, like, when you use the color pink and you look like a specific avatar from someone that is on YouTube that is big, and you use like their, like, the thumbnail style, that kind of annoys me just a bit.
So something not a lot of people realize is that when you are looking at a thumbnail, you have to make sure the thumbnail, like, certain words stand out than others. If you look at some of my videos, you can see the ones that got bigger are the ones with the main points, like standing out from the rest.
Yes.
Um,
You need keywords.
one of my videos, which actually has around almost has 8,000 views.
Crazy.
It's about shaders being removed from Royal High. This was an older video from a month ago. I decided to make the removed more bigger, so when people say removed in Royal High things, they'll be like, what happened in Royal High? What got removed? And I think that really emphasizes how much people click it.
Like,
I noticed thumbnails that are very, like, they don't get to the point on the thumbnail.
Like,
less people decide to click them.
so
Which is very, very understandable.
So I'm looking at my videos, my video thumbnails right now. So I'm going to dated most oldest, and if you look at mine, it's basically just showing an avatar with a broom inside of their face, or like a white outline, and I didn't have the proportions correctly. But once you look at my newer ones, and I didn't have any words, it was so weird. But once you look at my newer ones, my newest video says how Fiona met Zach roleplay. It makes you interested because you're like, how did she meet Zach? Or
yeah, I definitely agree with that. But also a thing that a lot of people don't like when they're looking at thumbnails is ugly avatars. You could have the best video idea ever and the best thumbnail, but the one thing people don't like about the thumbnail is your avatar. So I find it really bad when you're using a lot of things like, or just a normal Roblox avatar, because I find Royal High avatars, like if you don't have Royal High in the title or in the or any like Royal High pictures in the thumbnail, and you don't have a Royal High avatar, people will think it's just a normal Roblox video. You really need to have that Royal High outfit, and you need to make it look really aesthetic. And
yes,
I think a lot of people worry about, which I think is something you should worry about later on in YouTube, or even just before you start YouTube, is an OC. So something I like to do when creating OCs is find first a hairstyle you like. Like any hairstyle, like let's say you want to base it off your real life self. Let's say your real life self has curly hair and you want to have curly hair in Royal High, then there's like certain options. You just find a curly hairstyle, find colors you like, and make it look good. So something that a lot of people definitely worry about, and well, I don't worry about it, but something a lot of people think about is whenever they change their OC, will it actually represent them as like their channel?
Yeah, I have noticed that with myself. So in the past, well now, if you look at my profile picture now, it's we actually commissioned someone with a picture of my face with my avatar to combine them. So it looks more like me, of course. But if you look at my past profile picture, I didn't really like it. Not my past profile picture, but my very first one. It didn't represent me. So my branding. So you have to have a branding. You have to have an email. There's a whole bunch of things that we'll talk about in another podcast. But you need to have a specific thing about you that makes sense. Like me, it's bunnies. Of course, I have bunny ears most of the time, and my color is purple. Like you don't claim a color, but your branding is bunnies and purple. That's how
something a lot of people think they don't want to add in Royal High OCs for their channels is things people like other famous YouTubers have in their OCs. A lot of people hate using the Valentina heels, the Dear Dolly skirt, and the Valentina corset because they think, oh, I'm gonna get called out for looking like Princess Royal. And yes, Princess Royal does use that, but that doesn't mean you can't use that.
I know.
Like, but a lot of people think that people will call them out for that. And yes, you might get a little bit of comments saying, why do you look like Princess Royal? But it's okay.
Because they're Royal High items, they don't belong to that specific person. And I bet if you ask those people that you look at they'll say, "Oh, I love your avatar because it's items. It's virtual items."
And I don't think a lot of people understand that.
No.
Because a lot of people, they don't want to try to copy people. I have had a few problems in the past with me trying to be like other YouTubers, but I realized that I don't need to look like other YouTubers to have a big platform. And I think a lot of people need to notice that. And yes, I do know that using other items, like copying Princess Royal's OC and changing the color, of course that you can't do that because, obviously.
It's just copy and
Like,
pasting, but
if you're using the same face as Royal Dior, go for it. It's okay.
I use it
If
in my
you are
thumbnails.
if you are using the same face as Princess Royal, go for it. It's okay.
Use it in my
They don't
thumbnails.
own those
So,
things.
yeah.
They don't own those things. It's not theirs. Royal
And-
High didn't create it for them.
And we're also at the 30-minute mark, so we will have another 5 to 10 minutes to talk about editing, because we've been talking about thumbnails, but one of the big parts is actually editing the music, text in the thing, how loud you should be, how loud you, all those things that need to be included so your video has good enough quality. What are your thoughts about editing, and what editing software do you use?
So I use an editing software called DaVinci Resolve. This is a very hard app to use.
I actually tried
it took
using
me,
it one time, and it's quite hard.
It's very difficult to know where everything is and to understand everything. Something I think DaVinci Resolve is really good for is all of their transitions and like for music videos. So a lot of people ask, how do you not get copyrighted? So it's really hard not to get copyrighted when making music videos, of course, because, well, it's a music video. So the music in the videos I usually like to use is Nightcore versions. So how I check if they're copyrighted or not is I check in the description to see if the original song name is there. If it's not there, then it's not copyrighted. And as well, something that I notice attracts more viewers for like music videos is having really interesting thumbnails. And for like editing normal videos, a lot of people like to put music in the background of their videos, which I actually do myself.
I do that as well.
A lot of people have this problem of making the music too loud over the voice.
Or
and
too
I
low
used
that
to
you
do
can't
this.
hear it.
Exactly. So sometimes in videos I will go silent just to breathe for a second, of course, because I'm a human, I need to breathe. So sometimes I just like to have a little bit of music playing while I decide to breathe.
Yeah.
And as well in the background of my voice, like I want people to hear it. So a lot of people ask me, like, what do you put your volume at? So I actually used to use iMovie for
Same!
my
Oh my God.
thing. So I would usually put it at like, well, I actually kind of forget where I would put it.
So it really depends on
I definitely put
editing
it
apps. It
exactly for
depends.
DaVinci Resolve. You have to go into the minuses to make it like lower.
Yeah.
So I do minus 35.00. That's what I do for mine.
Yeah, so for me, I use Premiere Pro, which is an Adobe app, and Adobe is actually very expensive. But if you're a student over 13, you can actually get a discount, which I am, so discount. Yay! So it's a great app to use once you learn how to do the things, and I'm still learning. And what you have to do is like you click right, and then there's it's like audio something, and I click minus 15 because my music, it's so strange how I Google music. I just Google non-copyright free Valentine's Day music. It's super strange, but you find results, which is good. And for this stuff like that, also, if you don't have amazing graphics, just turn your graphics down in the video. No one will care if like you're not laggy, but if you are, everybody's gonna click off the video. You just have to make sure that you're not laggy enough that people won't want to watch your video, and you also have to make sure that if you are laggy, just make it less like not apparent a bit. like
Exactly. So
stay in one
something a
spot.
lot of people have problems with, as you were actually saying, is the music type. A lot of people don't know what music to put in their videos. So as you said, you just search up non-copyrighted music, which is also a great solution. But also, if you go into YouTube Studio and go into settings and go, actually no, sorry, it's not in settings. Just go over to audio library, and there is sound effects also which you can choose from for if you're making a mini movie. And there is tons of music, and you can change like the genre, and that's actually where I find most of my music. I put in the background of my video. If I want calm music, there is a calm genre which I can put it in, and I can see all of the calm songs, and they are very easy to download. All you have to do is press one button and they just download to your computer. So I find that very useful. And then, as I said before, I just turned it to -35 and we're all good.
So, yes, you can obviously download the stuff from YouTube, which I actually have done before, and it's really good. But if you don't like the options that you have on YouTube, you can always go to YouTube and find non-copyrighted versions. So I'm gonna play one, so the video will hear it, but I don't think if you will. So this is like a mix that you can use in any type, and it is called non-copyrighted music, cute, happy, fun background music downloads for videos. It's just fun music that you can put literally in the background of your videos, and put it low so you can hear your voice. Put your video higher a bit, because my mic, even though I'm like super close right now, you probably are not even able to hear me correctly. So it really depends on which mic you have, obviously. And if you don't have a mic, just use one of those Apple headsets, not AirPods, but those ones with the cords, and record yourself beside the mic. That works actually very well. Kimmy, my friend, uses that, and her audio quality is absolutely amazing. I need to take a breath. That was so long.
But yeah, I also agree with that. If you are having problems with the mic, the wire headphones that you can use from Apple are very useful. If you have a Samsung, I believe they also sell.
Yeah, they do. I think so. Yeah, my mom has an Samsung, so yes.
So they are very useful. Of course, they aren't as effective as like a professional microphone, but they will still be effective. And as well, like let's say you're using like an editing software like iMovie, you can just like turn up your voice and lower down the music, or you can keep the music the same and make your voice really loud. I actually don't suggest that, because a lot of viewers, for stuff they put like it's like in mid volume, so it makes the video really really loud. So I actually suggest doing mid voice volume and low music volume.
That's a very good point. And adding to that, if you do have a budget, because I know a lot of people like spend a lot of money in the beginning of their YouTube career, even if they don't know they're gonna do well. It really depends on how you market yourself. So first of all, if you have the budget, obviously buy yourself a nice microphone, and if you have enough, maybe a camera or a computer that works well, at least. So I went from it's not a crappy MacBook, but I went to a MacBook Air to a huge PC that has a graphics card and stuff. It depends if you have the budget, and budget matters in YouTube. So, like, also, I don't suggest, like, starting YouTube with writing text on your screen and not having your voice
Exactly. What I also suggest doing is, a lot of YouTubers do this. I know a YouTuber with like, I think they have 13K subs now. They use a bot voice, and
Yes.
even though the bot voice is sometimes hard to understand, depending on.
But it's interesting
if
to
you've heard
hear.
it a lot. Yeah, it's very interesting to hear. As well, a thing a lot of people ask me about is watch hours.
Oh, yes, that is a very interesting point. Watch hours is what is going to help you get paid from YouTube. You need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. And I've been making YouTube since April 20th, and I still don't have 1,000 watch time hours, which is crazy since I get over 500 views each day. So So you need to market yourself with live streams, with longer videos, and podcasts actually help. For this long video that you're listening to is actually giving YouTubers watch time hours that can help them get paid and make future content that you will enjoy. So make sure you watch the whole entire video so your YouTuber can get paid and make better quality videos for you.
So a lot of people, I don't have watch hours anymore since yes, I am monetized.
Lucky, oh my gosh. Congratulations.
But a lot of people, oh thank you. A lot of people ask me, how do watch hours work? Especially for small YouTubers, how do watch hours work? I get this question a lot in Discord DMs, Twitter DMs. A lot of people ask me, how do they work? So every single hour someone watches your video, let's say you're doing a 2-hour live stream, that counts as 2 watch hours. So 1 hour equals 1 watch hour. So that means you have to have like, oh god, I have to do like a ton of math here. You have to have a ton of people, because I'm not going to do the math right now. You have to have a ton of people to get 4,000 watch hours. And a lot of people don't know this, but once let's say you started March 2020, and so that means like let's say just March 20th 2020. This year, like March 20th 2021 would be when your watch hours reset, because they reset every single year. Luckily, I'm actually really thankful for this. I got my monetization. Yeah, like your watch hours do reset every year.
I knew that, but I completely forgot about that until you mentioned them back. So I have approximately 800 hours of watch time, which is a thing. Yes, 800. My channel was born on the 20th of April. That is literally in 2 months.
So yes, that means they will reset in 2 months.
I will not be monetized.
So something a lot of people say is, what if you get 4,000 watch hours, but you don't have 1,000 subscribers? Will they still reset? I believe they still will. Sadly.
Sadly it does. And you know what kind of sucks is, so if you have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, and this also sucks, if you're under 18, you need your parents' tax information for your YouTube channel to get paid. So if your parents don't allow to put their tax information on YouTube, you will unfortunately you won't be able to get paid until you're 18. And lots of YouTubers now are starting like at 12 years old or something. And some parents don't want to put their information on YouTube, so all your hard work goes into something, of course, but you won't be able to get paid for it.
So a lot of people usually ask, so I'm actually really lucky because I actually got monetized a few weeks before my YouTube channel turned 3 years old. So
lucky. Congratulations.
Thank you. So a lot of people are really disappointed because 1,000 subscribers, it took me like almost 3 years. It took me like 2.5 years to get, because I only got it in November.
I do.
So it was very, actually definitely more than 2.5 years. But a lot of people find it hard to get 1,000 subscribers, which is definitely hard. I definitely agree with that.
I agree with that as well.
Even getting to 100 is hard, but if you are a Royal High YouTuber right now and you have like a bit more than 100 subscribers or more than 100 subscribers, I definitely recommend sticking to one game or one topic on your channel. If you're doing roleplay series, keep on doing roleplay series so people know what to expect.
So
on my channel, I do sort of controversy topics, because I have a lot of opinions. Yeah. Definitely a lot of opinions. So that's why I turned my channel into sort of an opinion channel, so I can share my opinion. Other people can share theirs respectfully. But once again, I used to be one of those channels who did random Royal High content, and it didn't matter what I did. I was a Royal High influencer.
Yeah, that's me.
But, I feel like sticking to one. I feel like sticking to one topic really shows what type of YouTuber you are. If you're doing random content all the time, you could do a trading video, especially if, like, let's say one of your videos gets over 100,000 views and it's a controversy video. Your channel will now be known for that.
Like, my most popular video, unfortunately, is Crown Academy. Because that was a very popular game at the time, and there's lots of controversy, so I went into the game. I paid 200 Robux to play the game, and I was spilling tea, right? And I am so mad. Well, I'm not mad. I have 3,000 views on it, which is pretty good. But when you have a video that you didn't mean to go quote-unquote viral, this is viral for me anyways, it really sucks that it is viral when you wanted something else to go viral.
Me too. I definitely agree with that, and I actually made my videos unlisted because I don't want people to see them anymore. What I did is I had this video posted a bit ago. Well, not a bit ago, probably I think 4 to 5 months ago, maybe 4 to 6. It was an Adopt Me trading video, and that's when I wanted to do Adopt Me content. So I did move away from Adopt Me eventually because the game got boring for me. That video ended up getting 12,000 views.
Oh my god.
So I was definitely happy with that, but I decided to take it down to unlisted because I felt that I don't want my channel to be known for that. And another one of my videos, which is what the Kitsune was worth when it came out, and a lot of people were interested in knowing that. So that video got around 6,000 views. I made a video about what the unicorns were shortly after that video blew up, and that video got 11,000 views. So I decided to take them down because if I have old Adopt Me videos up that are that didn't get any views, I'm not worried about them getting viral. So yes, they will get views, but if they don't get a lot of views, they can stay up. If they get a lot of views, I don't want people to know me as that Adopt Me content creator.
Exactly. And so, going a bit off topic of the content, obviously you have to choose that. So, by the time this is released, my merch has been released. Yeah, 2 released words in there. And hey there, just interrupt the podcast. My merch is now on sale for $6.99. It's free shipping. You will get a handwritten note from me, and I am sending out all the orders that I get today, and all the orders that I got a week ago today, and they are selling out, so please go get yours now before they are all sold out. I do have so many friends that did buy them, so make sure to go get yours now. Let's go back to the podcast. They're on sale, $6.99 USD. Go, 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 go. You can make virtual merch as well, such on your Roblox group. You can make t-shirts. Go, it's in the description. I have a Roblox group. It's down below. Go check it out. And it just depends in the situation. If you're able to buy the merch, sell it specifically. So merch is a completely different topic from YouTube. But if you want to start doing that, I suggest start doing that after you reach over 10,000 or 1,000 subscribers. Then you'll get a lot more sales, and it won't be a waste of your money. But since I made a promise,
people, a ton of people say that, they're in a rush to do things for their fans, and they don't have a huge fan base. Right now, I definitely wouldn't bring out merch. I'm thinking of doing a membership, but that would be all definitely. I'd only be doing merch if I ever got to 50,000 subscribers. It probably won't happen for at least
you've been growing so
at least
fast.
2 to 3 years. I know, but it probably won't happen for 2 to 3 years.
Have you seen Princess Royal? She grew over 200,000 subscribers in under a year, dude.
I know, but honestly, I might not get it for a long time if I even do end up getting it. So I definitely want to be doing merch until I got that, because and be a huge waste of money put into making the merch.
Yeah, so,
Because
like,
not a lot of people would buy it.
So this is not controversy, but I spent under $100. So by the time this is out, you'll know what my merch is. So I'm just gonna say, you know what my merch is, right? I sent that message to you, right?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, so I have a sticker pack out, and it's a nice sticker pack. It's under $10 USD, and I really hope it's a good investment because I'm filming this a week before I'm posting this. So it starts small. Obviously, I was not going to launch a hoodie. Like, no one was going to buy that if I put it at a price tag of $40 because that's all hoodies, and I have to pay people to make the not laminated with the text on it and all those things. Stickers are a whole lot easier. You draw them, you get them printed, and you sell them. It's easier than
Definitely
making
way
merch.
easier as well. I notice that a lot of people who watch my channel, if you can actually see, a lot of people, if they say they're around like an older range, but that's because kids are using their adults, like their parents' accounts or their guardians' accounts.
Yeah, because
so
when I
that's
check my
why
ages
the
that are
age
watching
numbers are higher.
Yeah, because when I check, I was like, why are 40-year-olds watching my channel? And then I asked my momager, because my mom is my manager. She was like, it's probably, you know those accounts that are on your channel that like Lana, whatever, Sustin, and it's like a mom's account? It's probably just like their 5-year-old kid watching your video and commenting on their account. So don't worry about that.
That's definitely what it is.
Nobody worry unless it's
what it
serious.
is.
And
exactly, that's definitely what it is, though. So I think like introducing all of this type of merch that is like really like big and like a lot of stuff.
I have to work so hard tomorrow. Like tomorrow's
exactly,
because
like stickers, that is more interesting to younger audiences than hoodies, obviously.
Yeah, like hoodies are $40, like, and I would have to pay over $1,000 to get 10 hoodies to my house to sell them. Like, stickers are easy and fun, and you can stick them on your computer or on your backpack, and these are amazing quality. They can go into the dishwasher and come out fine and clean. So stickers are easier to do, and in shipping, and plus, like, I don't have a big business that I pay people to like do. Of course. So obviously I mail the stuff myself, so for shipping, like if you live across seas from where I am, obviously you're gonna pay like a $2 shipping. Like, that's just how it works. But it really depends, and merch is not like your priority at the moment if you're just starting out. But you know what is a priority? Making yourself a business email. You don't want to put your real name email on your account. You need a business one that you can be contacted by sponsors later on, or like once you reach 1,000 subscribers, you're eligible to be sponsored. So, or even before that, if a company wants to sponsor you, but I suggest only doing sponsors after you reach 1,000 because that product will
exactly. As well, you have to be careful for sponsor scams.
Yeah.
I wouldn't suggest clicking any links.
No.
Exactly. Like, their name is like Sona Jaws stuff. Like, don't click any links, just go to the website.
And so, like, Royal Sophie is on my PR list. Obviously, like, I trust her, she trusts me, so I sent a link to my website. Of course I'm gonna do that, because how is she gonna get the product? But when it's a link that is, like, so random that it doesn't have a website name in it, don't click it. Just ask, what's the website name, and you'll Google it by yourself.
Exactly, and if they say, oh, well, officially we don't have this blah 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 yet, then don't trust them. That means it's a scam, don't trust them.
So,
but obviously, if you are a small YouTuber listening to this, you do not have to do any sponsors. Probably people won't sponsor you yet.
I haven't been sponsored yet.
A lot of people only get sponsored once they are over 100,000 subscribers, even though you have the ability to do it after 1,000. Well, really any number, just a lot of sponsors.
It's just
for
really
people
better
over
to do it over 100,000. And what the point is that having a business email gives you a lot more advantages. People can email you, fans can email you, and you don't have to put your real name. Like, I have a Gmail with my real name in it. Am I gonna put that as my business email? No, I'm gonna have Miss Bunnie official, Miss Bunnie YT. I need to change
exactly.
My email,
a lot of things people don't think are important, which I think they are, which I think is extremely important, is actually having other social medias.
Like, I have an Instagram and I don't use it, but it's good to have it. Like, I have 22 followers on there. So
a lot of people, like, I don't even care how many followers I have on my other, like, socials.
Twitter
a lot,
matters,
like,
though. Twitter matters,
yeah.
though. Because
But the thing is, as long as you have that account, people can find you and your YouTube.
Yeah.
Because I notice, like, having other social medias,
does help
like,
them
it
contact you.
makes it, it's like, whoa, who's this person I found on Twitter, Instagram, or whatever social media.
Yeah. Like,
or even just in a server, if you have YT in it, or you see them posting YouTube videos, obviously clicking a link to the video will take them to the channel, and they'll be like, oh, this channel is interesting, and if they like the channel, they subscribed, and it all started because they found one of your social medias. So if you have a social media, or you can have a social media, I definitely think making, like, if you already have a personal account, just make another account.
Because you don't want your personal info in there. You want to start from scratch. Like, obviously, my name isn't Miss Bunnie. Like, who would name their kid Miss Bunnie? So, it's an online persona, of course. Like, I act normally in front of you bunnies, of course. But just a more hyper version of myself. And speaking of, like, names and stuff, never do it's with a Z or a S with your name. Never do
a lot of people have trouble coming up with names. Like, so whenever people are asking me for, like, names, like, I know, like, a lot of people were, like, thinking about names for YouTubes. They usually start
Miss Bunnie's
exactly.
original. But
a lot of people think of, like, call meh in front of it, or simply.
Like, some of them get really
or
successful,
royal,
but that's
or
1 in
royal.
100. Or like Princess Royal, of course, like that's original name. But a lot of people have used that way before her, and they have never gotten famous until her. Or Call Me Haley. I bet there's tons of YouTube channels called that, but she is the only one that got famous out of those hundreds of names. And like, I have never met another Miss Bunnie. Well, I have, but it was a Y at the end. So be original with your name. That's why I put an IE instead of a Y at my name, and that was just a grammatical error.
There was this one. Okay, so this was actually my friend and me. Well, not a friend and me. And my friend and another person who I'm friends with, they had really similar YouTube names, only with one letter switched around. So I find that very hard to understand which one is which.
Yeah. Also, very complicated name is just
the person I'm talking about. Well, I'm not just gonna say it, but one of the people had royally, and then the other person had royalty. So if someone pronounced it the wrong way, like they had an accent or something, which I'm not making fun of, if they had an accent and they pronounced it wrong, then it could definitely confuse the two people together.
Yeah.
So I suggest having, like, not, like, at least two words similar and then the thing. But yeah.
And I also suggest don't having like, if you have like a whole entire business a part of it, it's like, my first YouTube name was The Marvelous Miss Bunnie. Obviously, when you Google that, you're coming up with another TV show, because obviously there's a TV show called The Marvelous Miss Maisel, and you want your name to be there. So Miss Bunnie, Leah Ash, RifiAdventures.
Exactly. As well, something I don't suggest doing
2 words max.
is if someone has a similar name to yours,
don't pick it.
Don't start a fight with them about whose name was created first. Of course, I have a friend, ゚OPEN. We do have similar YouTube names because I'm RifiAdventures, she's ゚OPEN. Of course, similar, but like sometimes we'll joke. I know, like yes, I did make my YouTube channel first and started posting first, but sometimes we just joke around saying you copied me. But it's all just a joke. We aren't legit like fighting.
It's just jokes, like friendly jokes, friend
exactly.
banter. And we're actually heading up on the hour mark, but we're at actually 57. So if you have anything else to say about the Royal High community, about YouTube, obviously there will be another episode with you and a whole bunch of other more YouTubers. So don't worry, bunnies. Rifi's coming back. Veronica's coming back. Now Kimmy's coming back, and also Euroful, who is another YouTuber, is coming back as well. So many people are coming back. So these are all members of this, and please, everyone's coming back. Don't be worried that I'm just having a one-time guest. They're all coming back. That's what I fear, because I have you one at a time, and I feel like people are gonna think, oh, it's guests. No, it's an actual group. They're just not online at the same time.
I think we should all have one podcast all together.
Yeah.
Just hear all of our opinions.
Yeah. Like, it could be called like Tea Sunday or something like that.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, thank you so much, Bunnies, for listening to our hour long. Don't forget to listen to this while you are farming, because it's very interesting to listen to us, and you will miss absolutely no video because it's literally just a picture of the thumbnail and us talking, so you can easily listen to us talk while farming, and you can just chill and chat with it. Well, you can't really chat with us, but you can chill with us, of course. And this will be a playlist. This is obviously episode 2 of season 1 with RifiAdventures. Thank you so much for being a part of the second episode.
Of course.
And we will be right back next Saturday. Bye-bye!
Bye!
Mwah!